Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 51 of our Colorado Rockies rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball 26. Where last we left off, we finished the month of August, made some call ups in September, had multiple injuries, and find ourselves still chasing that final wild card spot. I played through 3 series off stream just to move the season along a bit for the purposes of brevity. We currently find ourselves 73 and 77, 6 games behind the Cubs for the final wild card position. The odds are not really in our favor. I think the only thing that will get us there is if the Cubs have a complete and total collapse. There are 4 series left in the season. We play the Marlins, who currently occupy that second wild card place, the Angels, and then that is our final home stand of the season. Then we travel to Seattle for a 3 game and then finish the San Francisco Giants, and that wraps us up. There are no series in October this year. Everything ends in September, as it should be. Essentially, to make the math very easy, we're 6 games back, and we have 12 games remaining in the season. I think if we go 9-3, we have a chance. If we go 8-4 or 7-5, don't think we're going to make it in. So we need to at least sweep one of these series and pick up a lot of wins the rest of the way. Previously in September, it's been a pretty good month for us. We swept the Giants and the Padres, lost 2-3 to the Dodgers, as we are often to do this year. Then we took 3 out of 4 from the Padres. So if only we played the Padres every time. The division is not really in play equally. We are 6 games back of the Dodgers. However, the Dodgers are playing much better baseball currently than the Cubs, and we're not catching them. We did injure Shohei. That was a thing that happened. So apologies to all Dodgers fans everywhere. As I just watch OBS have a heart attack. There we go. Everything's good. All right. So, firstly, an injury update. Unfortunately, there's multiple. In the previous video, obviously, we lost both Sandy Alcantara and Luis Castellum to injuries. In the games I played off stream, Alan Ford, who was one of our September call ups to help out in the outfield and kind of be a backup DH, he has also had an oblique strain and will miss the rest of the season. So a little bit of a shame. He was starting to hit the ball really well the last couple times he played, but alas, he is out. He is definitely going to be in contention for an outfield spot next season. The AI in AAA played him mainly at first and right field when he played. He has a negative zone rating in right field, but he does have a positive arm. And then we played him for 4 whole games in right field, where he has a negative zone rating and a positive arm. So we'll see what that looks like the rest of next season and in the off season. In his place, I have called back up Ronier Hernandez, who was up for like a series a few months ago, and currently he is back and played him in one of the Padres games. He went 2 for 4 with the double and a run. No complaints. But Ronier is definitely in contention for a backup infield spot next season, because even though all 4 of the starting infield spots are set, the backup utility infielder role is wide open. In AAA, the AI had him DHing more often than not, which is a bit annoying. He does have a negative zone rating at second. Not at short though. No errors either, which is pretty good. Then I've played him at second solely when he's been here. So at the moment, here's what our lineup looks like against righties. As I discussed last episode, Hunter Goodman is done. Essentially, there's no real reason to have him continue to be the starter. We've already decided he's not coming back. There's a decent chance he's going to be worth negative WAR this season. Eh, No comment. Other piece of note, Perdomo is going to be, I think, our shortstop. Still going forward for the last couple weeks of the season. He's just hitting the ball really well. So as much as I would like to give Andahar some more reps, Perdomo is just objectively speaking the better hitter. And if we have any chance of making the wild card, we're going to need that. In terms of our rotation, Luigi Casilla has been moved to the bullpen as a long reliever after he did not do that great against the Giants. He's in that long relief role, and so far in 4 appearances, he has yet to allow a run. So, could be worse. I mean, don't get me wrong, could be better, but could be worse. So, my plan for this video is very simple. We are going to play out the rest of these games and see if we can, in fact, make the wild card series. First up against Miami, they have Garrett Crochet on the mound. How did they end up with him? Answer, they paid him $166 million. Good for you. You've been with the Red Sox this whole time. Marlins scoop him up in free agency. Good for them. Colby Turner also is cold at the moment, which is less than ideal. Tian, the man, has yet to get a hit in a long time. So I think I'm going to make 2 changes here. Perdomo is going to take third. Andahar can play short. I'm going to bench Tian. Hao Yu Lee is going to DH. And Roinier is going to bat second. Taking second, we got Shane Rademacher on the mound, who is ice cold, it must be said. He did not do well against the Padres or the Dodgers, and at the moment is essentially playing himself out of a rotation spot next year, and he gives up a leadoff home run. Very good, sir. Very good. Jason Dominguez is aboard. Roinier boldly hits it up the middle. Could not beat it out. But for a moment, I had hope. How Yuli walks, very good. I am going to run on Ike Irish more often than not. What a name also. Ike Irish. Is he actually Irish? He is American from Michigan. Wow, they just don't want how you lead a run. And instead, unfortunately, a double play ball from Charlie Condon means we cannot score Jason. And the tragedy of the Rockies continues. Hunter Goodman is in today to catch since Garrett Crochet is a lefty. I think Hunter Goodman, while he's been horrendous against righties, is what I would describe as serviceable against lefties. Perdomo gets the infield single. Let's see if Andahar can move him. Andahar does move him with a nice bloop single to right. That'll play. Very good, sir. Jason Dominguez hits it deep, but that is not going to be enough to move Perdomo. Roinier hits it up the middle, though. That might score Perdomo. He is going home safe with a late throw there. So we do tie it up. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. I can't wait to see how we fail to score them. Never mind how Yuli hits a sac fly to center. That, I believe, is the animation for, like, robbed at the wall, which it did not look like at all. As 1 run scores and Condon strikes out. Not great from him so far today. But we do have the lead. There we go. Clean handful of innings there from Shane. Hunter Goodman walks. Iñaki Fernandez swings on a 3-1 and lines out immediately. Kolkarek strikes out. You know what? At least Yankiel hit the baseball. Perdomo gets it down in center field. His hot streak continues. Hunter Goodman is in at third. Here's Andahar. Hits it into left and down. Goodman scores. Perdomo now in at third. Look at the bottom of my lineup. Jason Dominguez rifles it to right, but that's going to be caught. Nothing doing there. What a shame. All right, Shane, you got this, buddy. There we go. Clean fourth from Shane. He allows another run in the sixth. His pitch count is not that high, though, so I might keep him in. Just to save our bullpen a little bit, as the bases are now loaded. I am going to pinch hit here. I accept that Andahar has done really well today, but I want Colby Turner's grand slam ability here. And he struck out. So there goes that. There goes that plan. Here's Jason Dominguez. He strikes out. I think I'll pinch hit for Hernandez as well. Kyle Finnegan's on the mound. I think, honestly, even though this locks in the bad option defensively at catcher, I'm going to have Dario pinch hit here because he has done pretty well against righties. Hits it up to center, lined out. Bases loaded, 0 outs. And we failed to score. Is that bad? I hear that's bad. All right, Perdomo is going to go to short. Colby Turner to third. Oh, right. Roinier was in at second base. I thought he was DHing. My mistake. So Travis Castell is going to fill in at second. Now, those were some costly pinch hits because now my entire catcher and infield defensive subs are gone. All right, I have a pretty healthy bullpen. I'm going to get Castillo warming up in case there's trouble. No trouble as Shane gets through the seventh clean. Solo shot from Hao-Yu Lee. Solo shot from Hunter Goodman. That'll play. Pretty good start from Shane. 7 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 7 Ks. I'll take that. Castillo gets through the 8th clean. Any insurance runs? Ooh. All right. In that case, if we get insurance runs, I'm going to warm up Zerpa. Actually, I'll get AJ Russell warming if we get insurance runs. If we don't, then obviously Munoz can go for the save. That ball gets down. That should score Perdomo. It does not. The base is loaded. Travis Castell. And he gets it through the middle. The infield was in. Did they expect a bunt? Do they think me a coward? All right, well, it's no longer a save situation, so Munoz can sit. See if Hao-Yu Lee can bring even more runs home. And they walked him. He did, in fact, bring a runner home. Condon hits it up. Is that deep enough? It might be. Dominguez is going, and he is there without a throw. The Marlins have officially given up this game. Fielder's choice for Hunter, but it advances Castell. Yankiel might beat out this infield single, and he does. A 9th run for us. Very good, comrades. Very good. Kolkarek strikes out to end the fun, but we get 4 insurance runs for our trouble. AJ Russell is going to take the 9th, and it is mostly clean. We win 9-2. Great pitching performance from the stats today. Shane Rademacher desperately trying to be in contention for a bullpen or a rotation spot next year. Really good from our lineup. I would say Condon, leaving those 5 guys on base early was grim, but I'll take what I can get. All right, let's just move on quick to game 2. I'm not even going to bother checking the wild card standings until like after each series. I don't think. I think I'll do this lineup with one change. Just looking at my pitch or my outfield. Yeah, outfield's fine. Let's roll it. Luis De Leon on the mound for us. He has not had a good September so far. He has yet to give me 5 innings of work. Let's see if that'll change here. Ooh, Tien the Man and Howie Yuli are aboard. And now Condon is aboard. Bases are loaded, folks. Cole Carrick hits it into the outfield. That's down. That is going to score 2 easily. We have the lead. Oh, he's going for 3. No throw. Do they get Cole Carrick at third? I'm going to cry. He's safe. They call it a double because of the throw home. Bases have been cleared. Well done from Carrick. Because both Cole Carrick and Yankees Fernandez are competing for an outfield spot next year. Because I think keeping them both for a third straight year isn't going to move our offense forward the way we want. Nothing doing in the second or the third. But now Trantos and Cole Carrick are aboard. Colby Turner flies out to left. Killing me, Cole. Oh, my. For a second, I thought he ran it. And Perdomo grounds into a fielder's choice. See if Dario can get him home. Nope. The answer to that question, folks, very quick. Nope. All right, clean 5th. Luis is dealing. He's only on 49 pitches. Jason Dominguez and Tien are aboard. Come on, guys. How you lead? That's going to be down and left easily. Jason might go home. Nah, he holds up at third. Really? With a 55 arm, a guy with 65 speed isn't running that? I have questions. Condon sack fly. Now Dominguez goes, and he scores easily. Cole Carrick, 3 RBI day, so oh no. Oh no. Agustin Ramirez with his first error at first base. I mean, that's a killer because that probably isn't a double play with how quick Yuli and Cole Carrick are, but they definitely get one there. His Trantos, base is loaded, whacks it to left field. No attempt to go home. Here's Colby Turner. Rifles it to left. Down at the feet of Morlando. And that'll score 2. Bang. They got Carrick. What a shame. All right, Luis. Clean 6th from Luis. He's only at 56 pitches. He's going for it here. Another insurance run. We like to see it. I'm going to warm up probably Joey Broughton here in case there's trouble. We might have trouble, folks. He gets Morlando swinging. He's only on 65 pitches. Let's see if he can get Matos. Deep ball to right. Gets Matos. Okay. I will let him face Becker. And he gets him swinging. What a gem from Luis De Leon in this one. 7 innings, 4 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 8 Ks. That right there, that's what we've been waiting to see this whole year. That is ace potential. That's an ace right there. All right, bring on Joey for the 8th. Clean from him. And we'll bring Casilla. I'll bring Zerpa. Zerpa on for the 9th. OBS loves yelling at me, doesn't it? There we go. All right. Perdomo goes out, but it does advance Colby. Thank you, Dario, for the double. I think I will pinch hit here. Actually, no, I lied. I'll let Jason hit, and if it gets to TN, I should not have let Jason hit there. Let's have Ronier get the bat. Good season so far, hitting 2-2, no home runs, and an RBI. I think I disagree with the play-by-play there. All right, we're going to bring in Zerpa for the ninth. I mean, dude, we're up by 8. You just got to eat this. Good. Gets Morlando to line out. Luis Matos rifles it to the outfield wall. That's going to score 1, maybe 2. Only scored 1. Good throw from Chantos there. All right, he gets Becker swinging to close, so no combined shutout for us. But we do get the win, 8-1. Very good outing from Luis De Leon. 7 scoreless, 8 Ks. Very good, very good. That'll do. All right. First things first, I've approached many minor league players about playing for us, and it looks like all of them signed. So we'll see if I bring any back for next season. But a lot of these are guys who either went undrafted or just didn't have a home. So, all right, we're going to sim the finale against the Marlins. We win it 8-4. Well done. Dario goes 4 for 4, 2 RBIs. Very good. Howley and Condon both have errors. Oh, Luigi Casilla walked 6. Wow. He walked 6, gave up 3 earned runs. That's actually insane. Pretty good outing from Herrera. Okay. So good series there against the Marlins. We get the sweep. Let us now turn to the wild card standings. Here we go. 4 games back. So we cut the lead from 6-4. The Cubbies, how did they do in their series? Yeah, they lost to the Reds. I did take 2 out of 3 from the Pirates, though. We have the Reds, Mets, and then Cardinals to close. We'll see how that goes. All right, let's begin our last home series of the year against the Angels. Even though Hunter Goodman's up because it's a lefty, I'm going to let Dario face him here and just bump everybody up 1 spot and flip those 2. I think I'm going to give Perdomo a day off. Andahar can get the bat. Cole Carrig's been really hot as of late. So I'll let him and Yankeel face. And I'll move How You Lead a DH. Travis Castell can take second. Let's rock and roll. We got Sandy Ozuna on the mound, going for Rookie of the Year. Will he get it? Definitely not, but you never know. And he gives up 3 runs in the first. Very good. We get one back with the chance for more as Condon swings on a 3-1 pitch, and it is gone. Tie ball game. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, sir. He is now up to 23 home runs on the year for those keeping track at home, and a solo shot from Yankiel. Very nice. We're going to need all the runs we can get. Sandy is not looking great. Condon scores again. Thank you, sir. An error from Colby Turner at third. Yeah, that is an issue with Colby at third. Like, with the Braves, he had a range of 228, barely positive zone rating. With us, about the same. He could be a decent DH option, but then we have a big log jam in the outfield. He does get Lyle to fly out there. DeBarge. Wild pitch, very rude. He walks him. Martinez is up. He hits it to left field. Caught from Carrig. No issue there. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Let's see if we can get some more runs going. Cole Carrig trying his hardest. Hits it deep right field. And goodbye, baseball. Goodbye. So long. Thank you for the memories. 396 feet for Mr. Carrig. As they bring in another lefty. Turner grounds out. See if Andahar can get us going. He does. Line drive single to right. Oh, never mind, a double. Oh, no, they trapped him. And he was safe from the pickle, even though we don't get to see it. Allegedly, he was safe as Dario hits it down so Andahar can advance. That's very funny. All right, and they walk Jason Dominguez on 4 pitches. So that's going to bring up Travis Castell with the bases loaded. Hits it deep to center. It's going to be caught, but it will score Andahar. So we get a 7th run here. Wild pitch. The throw, not in time. Run number 8. And Howley pops up foul. All right. We get 3 more runs. Looking good. Sandy is already at 74 pitches, though, so I'm going to get Russell warming up. Clean 5th inning from him. No insurance runs for me. All right. We're going to get A.J. Russell in for the 6th. Clean from him. Nothing. And the 6th from us, so we'll get Fidel. There we go. Another clean inning from A.J. Very good. I think if we do end up making the playoffs, we're going to have some tough decisions to make for the bullpen. Like, there's a world where Zerpa just doesn't make the bullpen, as weird as that is. All right, we'll have Kian hit here. Pinch hit against the righty. Strikes out, swinging. Not much doing. There we go. Condon gets it down. Oh, no. Not the error. I always feel bad about errors when they're in such costly situations. So Yankiel hit. That's going to be a sac fly that should score 1. Thank you, Travis. I'm going to pinch hit here. Triantos is going to get the bat for Cole. And he strikes out. Fair enough. Okay. So Triantos is going to take left. Fidel is warming up, so I'll get him ready. A.J. Russell, by the way, crushing it since getting called up as one of the September call-ups. Oh, solo shot, and they've gotten to Fidel. What a shame. There we go. Colby Turner solo shot. Andahar and Dominguez are aboard for Castell. What do you got for me, son? A lot. DeBarge has dropped it. Oh boy. That was painful to watch, folks. Tien the man. Lines out to center. Andahar scores. Actually, it looked like he got him for a second. Austin Wells. Yeah, he was the Yankees starting catcher up until 2039. Good for him. We'll pinch hit for Condon. Give Hernandez the bat here. And he walked him. Fair enough. All right. Bases are loaded for Yankees. And he rifles it to DeBarge, who can't get the ball. That's going to be another run score. Did they call that an error or just an infield single? They called that an infield single. Shota Imanaga is in from the bullpen. As Triantos, oh my days. I mean, that I kind of knew was an error because it's the quick fire animation that Bregman always used to get. I'm not going to pinch hit Perdomo. Let's have Colby Turner rifle it over to center, and it's down at the warning track. The inning goes from bad to worse, folks. This is... Oh, no. Definitely sit Joey Broughton down. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Andahar pops up in the inning, but we get 7 more runs. I think if we blow this lead, we're officially the worst bullpen in the history of the world. So Travis Castell will take first. Roy Neer will take second. Joey Broughton will come in for the 9th. He allows a solo shot, and 2 more runners are aboard. He does get Zach Neto swinging. Yamin hits it deep to center, caught near the warning track. All right, we take game 1, 16-5. Insane day from our offense. Yankiel has a homer. Condon has 2. Carrick and Colby Turner get even more. Yeah, look, that 8 inning, we got 6 more runs because of that error, which is crazy to think about. But hey, 4-game winning streak. That'll play. I think I'll play game 2 of the series. We'll sim game 3. Dario is no longer hot. Rude. I mean, I kind of just want to run out the same crew. With the exception of, I mean, Andujar's is better. So I think we're going to go Colby Turner to DH. Perdomo to third. I'm going to have Andujar hit second. I'll give Jason Dominguez the day off. Cole Carrick can lead off in center. Triantos can bat 7th and take left field. All right. Let's rock and roll. Emmanuel Martinez on the mound. He had an okay outing against the Dodgers. We still lost the game. I don't want to talk about it. But the Padres hit him quite a bit. See what he can do here against the Angels. Okay, gives up a hit, but no runs. Runners at the corners. And Casey Schmidt hits it over Cole Carrick's head. That's going to score both. No, just 1 runner. All right. Now looking great. Still no outs in the inning. Never mind. Brock Jones gunned down. Drew Romo, our former backup catcher, grounds out to first. Got him. Light work, I always say. Yeah, because had we kept Drew, he would have finally gotten his chance to start like next season. Zach Neto hits it in to center field. They're going to score two more. Into like a pretty big lead. I have faith that he'll strike out. Or excuse me, they got him on the tag, so it's Condon. Condon K's. Hunter Goodman K's. Will Yankee'll make it 3 for 3? Yep, down he goes. All right. Not great from him. It's fine. There we go. All right. Can he get to the third clean at least? Yes. Barely, but yes. All right, Perdomo is aboard. Colby Turner. That's going to be a sac fly, I fear. Actually, not even sac fly. Perdomo probably doesn't even move. Nope. What a shame. How is Cole Carrigan the leadoff man compared to when I have him batting? Yeah, leadoff he's very poor. He's been pretty good when I've had him hit sixth. That could be something to keep in mind going forward. Clean fourth from Emmanuel. It's probably going to be all we get. Yep. Who's the error on? How you Lee at second. All right, Castillo. A double play here. And a contract extension could be yours. Or he gives up a 3-run shot, and this game has been blown wide open. Yeah. I don't think either Shane or Emmanuel is really the answer for our bullpen troubles next year. Let's get Griffin Jacks going. Okay, Perdomo leadoff double. Not the end of the world. Colby Turner, however, hitting it right back to the pitcher and grounding out is not great. Cole Carrig lines out to left. Yeah. I think he is not a leadoff answer for us if I'm resting Jason or if Jason ever gets injured. Really good throw, but Perdomo is safe at home. We have a run. We are not getting shut out. Victory is ours. How you Lee? It's a deep to left. Okay. 2 more runs for our trouble. 2-run ball game. We're moving. We're shaking. We will not go quietly into that good night. Remember, 10-2, we have a chance to make the wild card. Anything less, it gets a little shaky. I think 9-3, we probably do it just by the Cubs not doing great right now. But 10-2 would be the goal. All right, really good outing from Castillo. Obviously, allowing the home run isn't great. Hashtag analysis. Clean 7th from Griffin. He did need 17 pitches to do it, though. So we'll get Zerpa for the 8th because of all their lefties they're throwing out here. All right, clean 8th from him. Very good. 19 pitches for him. Let's get Joey Broughton. Oh boy. Oh. Angels get 2 more. We get 2 more with a 2-run shot from Charlie there. 2-run ball game. I'm going to pinch hit here. Dario in for Hunter. Let's see if he can get on base. All right, they walked him. So we got Yankeel. 2-run shot ties it up. Swing and a miss. I'm going to pinch hit here. We're going to have Tian get the bat for Triantos. 0-1 count. The pitch. The swing down in center field. Dario advances the second. Tying run is at first. Here's Perdomo. Hits it up, but that's going to be a fly out. Yeah, we lose it 7-5. Bullpen didn't do great. Castillo obviously allows the 3-run shot. Broughton at the end gives up 2 runs. And that is your difference there. I'm going to sim game 3 against the Angels. We lose that one to 2-5. As Shane gives up 5 earned runs, and the offense just did not have it. All right. Okay, so that's going to be it in terms of simming games. I think I'll play all of them the rest of the way. Condon was player of the week. He went 9 for 22, 4 homers, 9 RBIs. That's very good because he had, if you look at his BNN page, he had a very hot start in April, but then May, June cooled off. But since July, he has been every bit the player we hope he can be. Let's advance to the day off. Okay, 6 games remaining. Let us check in on the wild card race. Still 4. So unchanged from a few days ago. The magic number for the Cubs is 3, though. So, in all intents and purposes, this Mariners series could decide who gets that wild card spot. We can't afford to lose game 1. All right, so who do I want out there? Jason, center field, yes. I think Colby Turner has gone a little cold as of late, but I still want his bat there. I'm going to go how you lead DH. Yeah, I'm going to have Castell take second, batting second. And Cole Carrigy's going to take left. Yankeel's going to take right, and I'm going to flip him in the order. Let's see how that plays. They got Joe Musgrove still going strong, 37 years young, putting up numbers for the Mariners. Good for him. Good for him, but an costly error as both Castell and Howley are aboard. And Charlie Condon hits into a double play. The National Player of the Week giveth, and he taketh away. Clean first, very good. Yankeel is aboard at second. Here's Perdomo, hits it to center. It's down. Yankeel has the speed, and he is safe at home. The lead is ours. That is Perdomo's 60th RBI on the season. And Dario flies out on a 3-1 pitch. Nothing doing there. But let the record show, we have the lead. And a solo shot from Montez. We no longer have how many home runs? You can't see it, but my mouth is a gap. Goodness gracious. How did this guy pop up in the Mariners system? They signed him as an international free agent. Fair enough. Fair enough. He gets called up to be their starting right fielder in 2026, and he has done that ever since. Wow. He had 60 home runs last year, 115 runs, 142 RBIs. He also walked 82 times. Who cares that he strikes out 170 times this season? Goodness gracious me. All right, we get another run in. Thank you, How You Lee. You got this, Luis. They get another. How You Lee hits it up to right field, but that's going to be caught. Tie ball game going into the fifth, or bottom of the fifth, I should say. Oh no. Costly error from Luis on the pitcher's mound. And Ben Williamson lines out to center. The throw is coming, but not in time. The Mariners have the lead. Felnin grounds out. I'll take that trade now that it's 2 outs. Emerson gets it down in center. It looked like Jason was going to get it, but I guess not. They're running on Dario. That is one thing I miss about Drew Romo, just how good he was as a defensive catcher. Who do I want? I want Fidel warming up. Well, that's going to be actually Mr. Joseph. Better or worse against lefties? You are worse against lefties, so I'll have Luis face him. Please don't walk him. All right. Yep. Fidel is going to come in to face Cal Raleigh. All right. Gets him striking out. Good job from Fidel, but costly errors there. Nothing for us in the sixth. Mariners have a leadoff double. Royce Lewis. How's his career been? Starting with the Mariners, or excuse me, with the Twins this whole time. Not a lot of injuries, it looks like, which is really good. He had 7 triples this. Good God. All right, we're going to get, who do I want? Russell. Let's get Russell going. For a moment, I was like, that's staying in, right? It does, in fact, stay in. I'll let him face Fermin, and he walked him. Well, fair enough. All right. AJ Russell coming in to get Emerson here. Emerson hits it deep to center. This time around, Jason's there, though. To the 7th we go, down 3, and in need of life. Here's Colby Turner. Strikes out. I declare he did not check his swing, even though the play-by-play said it was a strike anyway. Perdomo lines out. As does Dario. Yeah. Not good from our lineup today. Clean 7th, though. I'll bring Gage Wood on for the 8th. Even though I know Russell hasn't used that many pitches, but just to be safe. Okay. We need 3 runs. We got 3 home run threats in the lineup now, back to back to back. First in saves. Well, good for you, Gregory Santos. Carrick lines out, down to our last out, and it is Yankiel. Hits it to center. The ball is down. We do get a runner. Colby hits it to second. The throw in time. We drop game 1 to the Mariners, 5-2. Offense never really got going. And then those 2 errors in 1 inning took us out. All right, game 2. A lefty on the mound. Let me just check splits really quick. How Yuli having a sub 200 average against lefties is very funny. Speaking of which, I'm going to give him the day off. Castell is going to take second. I think I'm going to have Colby Turner bat third because I have no shame around here. I want Tian. Our lineup is actually pretty good against lefties. Howie Yuli, honestly, is one of the lone dark spots here. And everything else can be as is. Let's rock and roll. Nothing in the first for either side. Nothing in the second. Oh, they get the first hits and the first run. Solo shot from Colby Turner. Vindicated in my decision to put him up at 3. He's probably going to bat fourth, I would assume, next season. I like how he actually Condon's there. He's in bat fifth then. Cool Carrick walks. Yeah, because I think it's going to be Jason 1. The second batter is TBD. Howie Yuli 3, Condon 4, Turner 5. Travis Castell swinging a miss. Full count Jason. He rifles it to third under the glove. As the leading run crosses the plate. Very good. Tian the man. Soft grounder to second. That's not going to do it. Yeah, Tian has been ice cold this month. Yeah. It's his worst month since the start of the year. All right, Herrera, come on, buddy. Clean fifth. He's only on 48 pitches. I'm going to keep throwing him out there. Colby Turner and Condon are aboard. Come on, Hunter. Man. Hunter Goodwin could legitimately finish the season with a sub 190 batting average, which is insane. Bases are loaded. Cole Carrick hits it back to the shortstop. They go home to get the lead runner. Well, that's unfortunate. All right. Here's Perdomo. Hits it right to the first baseman. That'll be that. Bases loaded, 1 out. We can't score anyone. That's how you lose baseball games, folks. Speaking of losing baseball games, Herrera, I need you to relax. There we go. 3-pitch strikeout of Julio Rodriguez definitely helps. And the home run king Montez with a 3-run shot to the outfield. This guy's insane. And back to back, Joel Joseph wants to keep the fireworks going. Man, Herrera was doing so well till those two. Can he get the DH Valera at least? All right, he gets him to strike out. That'll be it. We'll bring Castillo in. Nothing for us in the 7th. I think I'll get both Gage Wood and Joey Broughton warming, depending on how this inning goes. We'll see who gets the 8th. Turner K's. Condon lines out, and I'm going to pinch hit here. Dario is going to hit for Hunter. There we go. Gets it down. We have a runner. We have life, folks. Here's Yankees. Gregory Soto has arrived, and he walks him. All right, Cole Carrick, come on, buddy. Who's after Cole in the lineup? Perdomo. Take the 3rd pitch. All right, swing. Right to the 3rd baseman. They throw it across the diamond, and they get him. Yeah. All right, I'm going to sit Gage Wood. Joey can get the 8th. Never mind. Hey, Gage. Guess what, buddy? You're up next. And he walks. Gage, I believe in you. No good. So I just see a 9 pop up there. There we go. He gets Bliss to strike out. Emerson rifles it to the wall. Yep. I mean, hey, if you're going to have a bullpen implosion, might as well get all of it out in one game. That's what I always say. Gage Woods, his ERA is not going to look good. It's because of how poorly he has ended this season. All right, he gets Julio. Well, they score 6 runs in that inning. So I don't think we're going to have a 9th. I'll pinch hit here because why not? Give Andahar the bat. Maybe he'll just send the ball to the moon and we can have something to applaud. Nope. The answer there was nope. Castell, though, hits it deep to center and gone. I was shouting out the wrong infielder. Clearly. Clearly. That's what was happening. Jason Dominguez takes him deep to left. Boy, can you imagine if we didn't give up those 6 runs? Oh, what a time to be alive. Let's pinch hit here. Hernandez can get the bat. Struck out looking. And Colby grounds out to third to end that. Yeah, I mean, that was just not a great day of pitching all around. Joey Broughton gets no outs, gives up 2 hits, 3 earned runs. Gage Wood allows 3 more, and that's pretty much that. All right, I think, yep, we've officially been eliminated from playoff contention. I believe I said we needed to go 10-2 over our last 12 to make it. 9-3, we have a chance. We have lost 4, and thus unable to make a playoff appearance this season. Fair enough. All right. Yeah. I think in that case, I think I'll still maybe play out the games. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. All right, let me give Perdomo the day off. Andahar can take it. And then Hernandez can take second. How you lead DH. And yeah, I'll give Colcary the day off. Yankee can take right field. Let's rock and roll. We got Sandy Ozuna, his last start of the year. 2-run shot from Roinier. Look at you. First career home run. Let's go. Good on you, son. Jason walks. Hernandez is up. And down he goes on strike. What a shame. All right, clean second. Not a clean third. Mariners tie it up, but we got 2 runners on for Jason Dominguez. All right. I'll settle for that. Roinier. That seemed like a questionable call. Just saying. From my angle, looked wrong. Just saying. Uh-oh. They're getting to Sandy. We'll get AJ Russell warming, I think. Montez strikes out looking very good, Sandy. Can he get Joseph? It's not looking like he's gonna get Joseph. The wild pitch makes it 2-0. Hit hard to Andahar. The throw in time. Good on Ozuna to get out of that jam. All right, Colby Turner is aboard. Andahar grounds out. And as does Dario. This is first to 3, clearly. All right, AJ Russell can come in. Not a bad start from Sandy. I think could have been a lot worse with how that last inning was going. Nothing for us in the 7th. I'm going to get Griffin Jacks warming. I'm just going to put him right in. Not going to mess around. There we go. Clean. Only needed 6 pitches also. There we go. Okay. Chontos and Ahar are aboard. Or excuse me. Chontos, Turner are aboard. Andahar's up. I'm going to pinch hit for him. Perdomo is going to pick up a bat. There we go. Rifles it down the first base line. That will score Triantos easily. Colby Turner stays at third. Very good. We have the lead. And now let me look at my bullpen again. So Gage would have started. I think I'm going to leave Griffin Jackson in for the 8th and warm Munoz up. That way, if there's trouble, I can just put Munoz right in. There goes that. All right, it does score Colby. I didn't think it would with his poor speed. But I'll take what I can get here. Jason rifles it to short. They get him. All right, we get 2 runs. Let's see if that is enough. Perdomo is going to take short. I'm going to get Munoz warming up. You know what? A 4-pitch walk of Montes might not be the worst outcome. Hits to third. And an error. Fair enough. It zoomed in, so I was like, I feel like a bad thing happened. Cal Rowley flies out. I will let him face Cole Young. Then I'll probably pull him. Young hits it into the outfield. That does not advance Montez, though, so we're going to bring in Munoz to face Royce Lewis. And he walked him. Mariners get 1. And he get Valera. Yep, gets him swinging. That's huge. Felnin to the plate. He hits it deep to left, and that ball is gone. Grand slam from Felnin Celestine. Well, there goes that. And Emerson gets aboard as well. Okay. We're going to get Casilla warming up. Back up to Munoz. All right, they get Julio at first. Well, that hurts the old ERA. Oh, never mind, it's unearned because of Colby Turner's error. That's right. Well done, Colby. Well done, buddy. All right, let's see if we can get 3 runs here. Hernandez grounds out. How you lead grounds out. Will Charlie Condon make it 3 for 3? Now he does get aboard. All right. We have something here. A two-run shot makes things interesting. Yankiel strikes out looking. All right. Yeah, I mean, the error killed us, but that is what it is. Griffin Jacks gets charged with the loss. Munoz a blown save. And that is that. I mean, Colby Turner also had 3 hits, so, Roinier with his first career home run. Very happy for him. But yeah, I think the Mariners, they're just so much better of a team than we are. They sweep us. Down we go. All right. So we have the Giants. We have Emmanuel's getting game 1. Shane's getting game 2. Luis De Leon is getting the last game. Part of me wants to give Jose Fleury another shot compared to, say, Shane. I think that's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to send Joey Broughton back down to AAA. I'm going to call Jose Fleury up. We are going to, for one night only, go to a 6-man rotation. And Jose Fleury is going to get game 2 of this series. I'd rather see him get a 4th game than Shane get like a 24th. So, all right. So in this series, we essentially have nothing to play for other than pride and giving some young guys some at bats. So I think I'm going to make this a young guy game. So I think Jason Dominguez. Well, actually, Cole Carrick is also ice cold right now. So I'm going to go Tian in right field. He's a negative arm in right, but I don't really have anyone else that can play right field other than Yankiel. But now let's do that outfield configuration. I will give Perdomo another day off. Let's have Andahar hit. And then how do I want Castell DHing? Yeah, he's not great at second. We'll have Travis Castell DH. And he will bat 8th. So this is the young man lineup today with Emmanuel on the mound. Nothing doing. There we go, an error. Castell and Andahar are aboard. And Dominguez hits in to a fielder's choice. Fair enough, sir. Fair enough. Uh-oh. Diego Velasquez is okay, allegedly. Holy moly. That ball is to the wall. I feel like Tian hit it out there, but I guess not. There we are. All right. The lead is ours. Here's Roinier. I think Roinier is going to get, feel like nothing but starts the rest of the way. Colby Turner is going to get starts the rest of the way, and I'll figure everything else out. Very good from Condon. That'll score 1. Yeah. Probably a good call from Roinier not to try for home there. Colby flies out, nothing doing. But it will, and oh no. Oh no. An error from Nate George there, who has a phenomenal defensive rating. Wow, he was a Rule 5 draft pick. Great pickup there. I mean, that's insane. Wonder what they'd want for him in a trade. Troncos strikes out. And Dario grounds out. But 3 errors from the Giants thus far. We're up 4-0. Okay, clean from Emmanuel so far. Very good. Rainier aboard once again. Condon wants to get ejected in like the third to last game. Fair enough. Colby Turner hits it deep, but caught at the warning track. Curse you, Nate George. Curse you, sir. Yeah. And Triantos swing and a miss. You got this, Manuel. I believe in you. Rifled to center, but Dominguez is there. Trent Grisham gets it past the infield. But a quick throw that is misplayed. Oh, boy. Wow, they give the error there to Tian. Interesting. And Diego pops it up. All right. Not too shabby. Giants get one. Emmanuel's on 62 pitches now. Should still be okay. There we go. Clean sixth. Very good, sir. We'll have Luigi Casilla get warmed up. And he'll take it. I know Emmanuel wasn't that tired, but still. Uh-oh. Don't do this to me, Luigi. There we go. To second for one. First for two. Gets out with a double play. Very good, sir. Condon rifles it to center, but that's going to be caught. I feel like rocket was a better word there. And Colby has not had a tremendous September. We're going to pinch hit here. Yankiel is going to get the bat for Trantos. Pinning roll 0 for 4. Make that 1 for 5, thank you. I'll also allow Tian to play in his better outfield position. Dario hits it up to center, caught at the track. Okay, Tian slides over to the left, Yankiel in right. And then both my main save and setup guys are tired, so we're going to start with Casilla. He allows 2 runners, 2 outs. Fidel, I believe in you. Clean. All right, we're going to pinch hit here. Hunter Goodman will get the bat for Travis. I don't want to talk about the fact that his average is a 192. It just depresses me. And a hard K's. Jason swings on a 3-1 pitch because he just couldn't be bothered and just gets himself a double. We like that. All right. Yeah, I'll let Tian hit. He strikes out. All right. No insurance runs for us, so we go to the bottom of the 9th. I am going to get probably Castillo Warman if there's trouble. No trouble at all. Fidel gets a save. Very nice day from the pitching staff, Emmanuel included. Overall, our bats did not do great, but hey. Tian did pretty well, had 3 hits. That's good from him because he's been kind of cold as of late. We take game 1. I mean, this series is literally just for pride here. There's nothing really on the line. All right, I'm going to have... I guess he's not 100%, but it should be okay. I'm going to have... Actually here, just so that goes away. Yoink. All right, Jose Fleury is going to get the spot start. We're going to have, let's see here. Yeah, I think Andahar can sit. See if the righty splits out here. What do I want? Man, Cole Carragher's been terrible against righties. That's actually crazy. All right, Tan's gonna take. Actually, I lied. Tan can DH. Trantos in left. Yankeel in right. I'm gonna give Condon the day off. Travis Castell can hit and take first. I'll give Hao Yuli the game. Roinier. I never played you at short, did I? Part of me wants to see it. But I don't think so. I'll just have him DH in bet second. Because I'd rather him be the DH than Hao Yuli. I like the defensive flexibility that gives me. Both Jason and Hao Yuli are aboard for Cole Turner. So bam. Flies out to left. Sadness. Despair. Heel Yankeel. Down he goes. All right. All right, Jose. It's suffice to say, your previous starts have not gone all that well. Here is a chance at redemption. I mean, hey, if you want to walk Travis, I am not going to complain. They will not, because Travis will swing on the 3-run pitch and get himself thrown out. You got this, Perdomo. Rifles it to first. Not only does he beat out the throw, but it also scores the run. That'll do. That'll do. Nah. Dario, swing and a miss. Well, we have the lead. Let's see if Jose Fleury can pitch well enough that we maintain it. You never know. You got this, Jose. No, they get 3 runs on him here. Clean fifth, though. Hao Yuli is at second, and they walk Yankeel. Come on, Triantos. Give me that home run. Instead, he hits it 3 feet forward. They go to second to get Yankeel. Clearly on the animation, he was safe, but that is beside the point. I'm going to pinch hit here. Condon is going to get the bat. Struck out swinging. All right. Man. Condon will take first. All right. I am going to get... I think we'll get Castillo warming up. There we go. All right. At least Jose gave me 6 innings. I'm not going to complain too much about that. Zerpa is also cold. Oh, I shouldn't have. I'm sorry, Jose. I should have pulled you, buddy. He gets through the rest of the inning, though. Good Lord. I feel bad about that. I should have just pulled him when I was thinking about it. Zerpa for the 8th. Clean from him. Okay, Triantos is at second. Condon strikes out looking. That's 160 Ks for him. He really is just good for 160. It's honestly very impressive. Lavandahar pinch hit. Ground out. All right. We lose game 2, 5-1. I left Jose in for just... I should have pulled him at the end of the 6th there. Instead, he gets shelled for 5. Part of me feels bad. All right, going into the finale, a couple AA players have retired, including Sean Sullivan. who at one point I was debating calling up a couple years ago, but he has kept bouncing and between the two, and he has retired. All right, so Luis De Leon is going to get the final start of the season. All right, let me really quick. Anyone have some nice round numbers? 140 games, etc. No, not really. Okay, so I think Jason Dominguez is going to sit. I think Jason can sit. I think Hao Yuli will play. But I'm going to have him DH. Tien will take left field. Um, let's have Condon hit and take first base. Cole Carrig can take right field. Actually, no. Cole Carrig will take center. Whoops. Cole Carrig center. Tien left. Lead off for him hasn't really worked, but I'll give it the old college try in the last game. Yeah, Triantos I think I'll also have sit. Yankeel can bat fifth and take right field. Roynier Hernandez can bat seventh. Colby, where do I want you? 6 or 5? I want you 5. So him and Yankeel can flip. I'm gonna let Perdomo. To be fair, Colby is kind of tired. Actually, I lied. Haiuli can sit. Colby Turner will DH. I'm putting way too much thought into what is literally the final game of the season. I'm gonna have Colby Turner bat third. Yankeel can all move up. And then Perdomo, that way he can play third, and Dahar can take short. And then Hunter Goodman, yeah, you can bat seventh for your trouble, sir. Yeah, all right. So Dario, Travis, Hauuli, James, and Jason all on the bench. Let's rock and roll, Cole Carrig. For the last time in the 2030 season. Get us started. It is annoying that we had that little 4-game losing streak there in the middle, and that was it. But we knew it was a long shot. I think it's just disappointing that we came pretty close there at the end and just couldn't do it. Cole Carrig flies out to get us started. Tien, the man in left field today. A bold decision from management. Colby Turner gets it down. Very good. And then Perdomo is in this game solely because I want his slugging to go back up to 400. Only reason he's in there. Let's be honest. All right, Luis De Leon. Last start of the season. Clean first. Hunter Goodman. What a lad. A solo home run in his last game as a Rocky. You can't script that, folks. Perdomo tries to match. It does not work. Did not work at all. But you have to respect the attempt. Giants tied up. And they walk into her. Yes. I think Cole Carrig leading off is not something that we're ever really going to do. Tien hits into a double play. I want that error. I mean, hey, you want to walk Condon on 4 pitches? Be my guess. Yankeel with the shallow flyout. Come on, Roinier. All right, walked him too. Fair enough. Hunter Goodman already has a home run today. Strikes out swinging this time, though. Clean from Luis. We go to the 5th. Perdomo. Struck out. Man. Yeah, he unfortunately has closed the season kind of cold, but nonetheless, still a great season for us. Andahara goes down looking. Colquera goes down swinging. You know, at least he swung at the ball. Clean 5th from Luis. 10 walks. Very good. We're going to pinch hit for him. Triantos is going to take left field. I'm going to have him try to steal. Because why not? Actually, I'll wait and see what Colby Turner does. Wild pitch. He advances anyway. You see, sometimes just works itself out. Turner is walked. All right, 2 runners on for Condon. That's not going to do anything, Charlie. You're killing me, Smalls. There we go. Yanquiel gets it down in center field. That'll score Triantos. Colby Turner holds up at third. He is not that is one negative of sort of Colby Turner being in there at third, is that we lose a lot of our speed that we have in the infield. And Roinier pops it up. Barring a collision, they're going to have this. All right, Hunter. Come on, buddy. Lines out to third. Okay. We do get the lead. Trontos is going to take left field. All right, so in terms of relievers, I think I want... Who do I want? Castillo, I think. Yeah. See if there's trouble. No trouble at all. Very good. Nothing doing for us in the 7th either. Okay. So, yeah, then we're going to go Castillo for the 7th. Clean from him. We're going to go Gage Wood for the 8th. Unless we score like 6 runs this inning. To be fair, could happen. Triantos does get started with a deep fly ball that lands in front of the left fielder. That looked like he jumped there at the end for a second. I thought he caught it. But no, Triantos gets aboard with a double. Very good, sir. Colby Turner last at bat at the season, and he strikes out. Questionable call, says the game. Condon grounds into the fielder's choice. That looked very, very shaky. All right, Yankeel, runners at the corners. Come on, buddy. It's it to the second baseman. They get Condon at second. No relay, so we get the insurance run. Trontos is in. And Ronier strikes out to end that fun. We do get an insurance run, even though Castillo only needed 3 pitches to get 3 outs. Gage Wood is coming in. And he allows a run. Well, good thing we got the insurance run, huh? All right, Hunter Goodman, his last at bat as a Rocky. He works a full count. Strikes out swinging. All right, Perdomo. His last at bat as a Rocky. Strikes out looking. Perdomo's slugging will not go back to its 400 mark. Moment of silence, please. All right, Andahar. Last at bat for the Rockies. Never mind, he gets it down into center field. Very good, sir. I'm going to pinch hit here. Jason Dominguez will come off the bench and get the bat. Hard grounder to second. Down he goes. All right. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. Goinier in second base. Range of 4, -1 zone rating. Castell, worse. All right. So here we go. Munoz is in. 3 outs away from ending our season on a win. And this is Munoz's last pitching appearance for the Rockies. We'll see how he does. Strikes out Adam Terry. Patrick Bailey up now. Grounds out to second. Very good from Hernandez there. Diego Velasquez, the Giants' last out. Strikes out swinging, and the Colorado Rockies end the season with a victory, 3-2 over the Giants. Very good day overall from the pitching staff. Gage Wood giving up a solo shot. You know, that is what it is. But also very good from Luis De Leon. He had 2 really, really good starts in September. We like to see that. And that is that. We have Sandy Alcantara back to being healthy, evidently. Active roster is full. Well, leave me alone. I can just send Jose Fleury back down to AAA then. Sandy is back. Okay. Let me advance. All right. So we finished 79 in 83. I think, to be honest, we finished closer to the wild card than I thought we would. Let me look at the final standings and see. Yeah, 5 games out. I mean, the Cubs went 6-4. The Marlins actually were the team to get the last wild card spot. They went 1 of 9. Yeah, we just lost it there at the end. I think really what just ended it was, we lost the last 2 games against the Angels, and then the Mariners. They destroyed us that series. So credit to them on their performance. I did get an achievement, Rookie of the Month. Who would that go to? Ozuna. Oh, good for him. Ozuna gets Rookie of the Month in September. In 27 innings, 30 Ks, only 8 walks to its name, and held his opponents to a 173 average. Good on you. Yeah, I think if you look at his BNN page for this season, I think it's clear that he really just had a horrendous start. In April and May, kind of settled in June. July wasn't great, but August and September, I think he locked in. I think, he's not a future ace. Let's be honest with ourselves here. And again, I will always be annoyed that last offseason, the development lab, I had them working on his secondary pitches, what I thought would be his splitter and cutter, but in reality, his slider just got even better, which is fine, but it's not what I wanted. So yeah, I think Sandy definitely going to be an important piece of our rotation for years to come. I'm just going to sim through the playoff rounds. Nationals beat the Cubbies. Oh, Andre Lara retires. one of the relief pitchers that honestly I never really debated calling up. Yeah, we signed him in 2 years ago. I can't remember if it was two or this season, but it was two. All right, so Mariners, White Sox, Orioles, Tigers, Brewers v Nationals, and Marlins versus Braves. Dodgers lost to the Marlins in 3, which is hilarious. Wow. CJ Sampson wins most valuable player for AAA. The two-way menace gets most valuable player. Good for him. He was our first round draft pick in 2026. It's taken him a while to get to this level. I think he'll start next year in AAA, but I mean, hey, he is a two-way guy. I think if you look at his batting numbers, they're okay. Probably a better hitter than he is a pitcher, but we'll see what he looks like next season in AAA. Let's keep it moving. Nationals v Braves in the National League. White Sox v Orioles in the ALCS. Personal message: players promoted. International amateur free agent list has been revealed. One guy, oh no, excuse me. Yeah, there's all the 80 potential guys. I'm just going to very simply request 121 scouting reports because I have time to do it now before free agency starts. Ooh, very close CSs. Nationals beat the Braves in 5. Boom. Very good. All right. White Sox Nationals is your World Series. And the Nationals sweep the White Sox in 4. What a depressing playoffs that was. 3-0-4. Leave me alone, game. Okay. So let me just get all these out the way. Thank you. For the heck of it, do it again. Okay, so first we have some decisions we made. Obviously, even though Tovar missed essentially the whole season with a PCL injury, we are going to execute the option to keep him. He's entering in the last year of his contract. It's only 23 million, which isn't that much at all. I think we will definitely want to keep him around for another year. Hopefully he can bounce back. I do also want a new scouting report on him once he is healthy. New budget 206. $6 million increase from last year. Also, reminder, we won the World Series and our budget did not change, just to be clear. Review of year's goals, yeah, team record wasn't great. Attendance was up, which I think is good. We have not done a great job at building our farm, mainly because the first couple of drafts we didn't hit. I did decide to let our hitting coach go. Relationship wise, I think he's good, but I think I can do better finding a replacement hitting coach. So that is something we will need. Top prospect list, no. Rockies are on it. All right, I'll do the hitting coach stuff off screen. All right, so we have a little bit left in this episode. I think what I'll do is just briefly go over my plan for the off season. Regards to hitting, I think it's very simple. Dario is going to be our starting catcher next season. If you look, he was a backup until about August, and then when I made him a starter, he did very well. I mean, slugging over 500, OPS 900. He did very, very good. So I think he's earned the right to be our starter next season. And then I have a plan for backup catcher. We'll see how it goes. Hunter Goodman obviously is going to walk. I'm going to let him go in free agency. I think it's so unfortunate that he was unplayable. Like for this whole year, he was just completely unplayable. Really, his only good month was in September, where he had a 605 slugging, and that's the only reason his OPS was anything good. I mean, he had his worst year statistically. Use any measure you want to. 192 average, 264 on base percentage, 407 slugs, 671 OPS. I don't know how he's worth .2 WAR because he was a negative defensive catcher. So, I mean, he's one of only two players on this team that was there at the beginning in 2025, the other one being Tovar. And he's gone. And after 6 seasons, Hunter Goodman is done as a Colorado Rocky. First base is Charlie Condon. Obviously, that's not going to change. He's still signed to a 5-year deal, which is going to continue to grow. I think this season didn't do great in terms of his numbers. OPS was down. Slugging was way down. He had only 25 home runs. Last couple seasons, he's had 33. Runs also were way down. Part of that could be the guys hitting behind him were worse objectively. So down year for Charlie. We need him to bounce back. Second base, Hao-Yu Lee. He had a better year than last season, which is good, even if, barely marginally. But he also walked quite a bit more, 67 walks a season. He did have 112 Ks. That's not nothing. He is similarly to Condon. His contract is about to explode in terms of what he's worth. So we're going to need consistent, really good production from him. He is still a negative second baseman. Like he's had 9 errors this year, negative 17.4 zone rating. So we could DH him, but then that makes our outfield look pretty wonky. Shortstop is going to be Tovar. Obviously, he's not on this list because he's hurt, but, for the record, he is there. Andahar, got a lot of work in short. He played 94 games in shortstop for us, and I don't think he's major league ready. He was 22 years old when I called him up. There's some to like, I think. Strikeouts, he didn't strike out that much. 64 strikeouts in 87 starts. Had a handful of home runs, but he's clearly going to be a contact hitter, and that just didn't materialize as well. Defensively, though, he is phenomenal. 9 errors at shortstop, but a range of 4.3, a zone rating of 9.1. So I think if he ever needs to play shortstop long term, I think defensively he's really good. I am going to try and work on him to get a new position in the development lab. Hopefully it helps him do third base. Speaking of which, third base is going to be Colby Turner next season. We acquired him from the Braves in the Nolan Shanuel deal, and he was lights out. He wasn't as good for us as he was the Braves, but that is what it is. He had, let us do some math here, 26 home runs in a little less than 100 games. So the power, I think, is very legit. Ks are about what you'd expect, but almost 1,000 OPS for us. And that's with cooling off a little bit in September. So he's going to be our third baseman. He also is not great defensively at third base. He's just literally average. Clearly not a shortstop. We tried that with him for a bit. Didn't work. So Colby's our third base of the future. Outfield is where all of this gets sort of thrown for a loop. I'll get the easy one out of the way. Jason Dominguez at center field. I think that's just going to keep being the thing around here. His strikeouts were way up, 131 this season, but he also had 22 home runs, 85 RBIs. Walks were up to 63. He has only 2 more years left of the 5-year contract the Yankees gave him. So I intend to let him just play out that contract and see what happens. I do have a decent mind to move him to left field. -13 zone rating. He had a negative arm this year after having a 6.6 arm last season. So I think a move to left field is in Jason Dominguez's future. I'm going to pencil that in for him right now just to see what happens there. And now let's talk about two guys kind of vying for the same spot. So Cole Carrig was our starting left fielder this year, got a little bit of time in center and right. I think center could work. His zone rating wasn't bad. He had a .6 of an arm. In left field, he's got good zone rating, bad arm. Right field, bad zone rating, good arm. Make of that what you will. He's still a pretty valuable player. I mean, he was worth 1 WAR this season. Ks were way down from 160 to 123. Home runs were up a bit. Doubles were down, and overall hits were down. That's how you get all the counting numbers besides slugging and OPS to be worse. He also unfortunately ended the last week going like 0 for 20. So that didn't help his numbers in the slightest. And I think Cole Carrig, I mean, it's going to be tough to figure out what we want to do. Like, do we want to try him at center field for a year and see how that works out? Do we let him go and give James Triantos the keys to the castle in left field when, he was an okay left fielder, .7 zone rating, average arm? That could be something to consider. Yankel Fernandez in right. I think I am ready to move on from Yankel through no real fault of his own. I mean, again, and if you've been watching these episodes for a while, he essentially missed 2 whole seasons of baseball. For the 2027 and 2028 seasons, he only, appeared in 19 major league games. And that really just, I think, nuked his development overall. Last year, he was worth negative WAR. This year, he turns it around a bit. The home runs are there. He hit 20 home runs this season. 103 strikeouts, only 20 walks, which is a bit rough. That's how you get a sub 300 on base, but still a really good OPS because of that slugging. Defensively at right field, he's worth negative 9.4 zone rating, just barely above average arm. That tracks with, last season and how he's played in right field for us before. But I think it's time to move on from Yankees. I think we need a better solution in the corner outfield spots. I don't deny, so I compare him to Cole Carrig really quick. I think, Yankees, has better potential still. He's a little bit younger. Cole Carrig, I think, overall better against lefties. If you compare their stats this season, it's not quite a 1-to-1. Cole Carrig did have about 40 more plate appearances. And, their numbers aren't that dissimilar. I think the knock on Cole simply is he struck out a lot more, doesn't quite have the power that Yankiel does, but Yankiel doesn't give me the defensive flexibility that Cole does. So I think Yankiel is. I just don't think I'll offer him arbitration because I don't like when, the AI sometimes offers a player arbitration, just trades immediately. Seems a bit silly. So right field does have that opening. I don't think Cole Carrig's going to be our left fielder. I mean, I think we could find someone else for that. Speaking of which, Tian the Man, who was our DH this season, he appeared in 22 games in left, had a negative zone rating, positive arm, 26 games in right, negative zone rating, negative arm. So he is a DH. End of sentence. He's also worth negative WAR this season. Him being bad defensively and right doesn't help with that. He hit 13 home runs this season, but he cooled off mightily. Toward the end of the season, He had 3 home runs in August. He only had one in all of September, only one in July. I think he was pretty inconsistent. I think at the moment, I am penciling him in as our DH next season to see if he can try to get me one, try and get that power up a little bit. Ks are down, which is good. So the eye might be there, but we need we need a little bit more of home run power in the tank, I think. So at the moment, those are the spots that are locked in. Tovar obviously is here at short, but the outfield is kind of wide open. James Triantos, I don't know, to be blunt. I think the avoid K is real. I mean, he only has 31 strikeouts in 76 games. No real power there whatsoever. Walks are okay, but he still had times where he didn't look great. Defensively in the outfield and left, he could be an okay left fielder, but I think I'd feel a lot better if Triantos did kind of fill that backup outfield role like he did last season. But I could not leave the hitters without talking about Geraldo Perdomo. The biggest surprise to me this season, we signed him on a 1 year deal to be kind of a transition, and he was very, very good for us. He appeared in 141 games at third. Compared to how he played with the Diamondbacks, runs were up, hits were up, doubles were way up. Power was a bit down, which is a shame, but RBIs were up. Walks were there, and Ks were way down. Only 86 Ks when he usually averages 120, 130. So I was really happy about that. He finishes with a slugging just below 400, 773 OPS, and a 3.4 WAR to his name. He also unfortunately had a very poor September relative to how he did the month before, so that kind of brought down his numbers a bit. He wants a contract extension. He wants 5 years, 60 million. We're not going to give him that. I think this was a 1 year, kind of bet on yourself deal that Perdomo made, and I think it definitely paid off. Really happy to see where he signs in the off season, because it likely won't be with us, as we are pretty committed to Colby Turner going forward at third base. Okay, let's talk pitching. This will be very easy. Luis De Leon, our ace, had, I would say, a worse year than last year. Part of that is because in one less start, he pitched 14 less innings, which isn't nothing. But hits were down, earned runs were down, home runs down by one, walks were down, Ks were also down. Essentially, everything was down. But I think he's still our ace. I don't think that's going to change really anytime soon. I think the stamina is just going to be what it is ever since he had that injury in 2028. I think it is what it is. He still has 4 more years left on his deal. Odds are he's probably going to take that player option in 2034, but that's a thing for a long ways away. Herrera, I think there's a good pitcher there. I fear that it's going to be a bit before we find it. Interestingly, I was checking his splits here, just off stream, and if you look, surprisingly, he's better at Coors Field than he is on the road. And I went in expecting the opposite, but he's better at Coors. And Carrera, this is his third year essentially being a starter for us. It was his worst year. But if you want to look at a positive, he's very consistent. It's just that he's not consistently great. His whip is going to be between, 1.20 and 1.35. He's going to allow a home run per game. He's going to walk, probably 2-3 batters. He's going to strike out 8 guys. And that's just kind of where you're going to live. Is that good enough to be an ace or a number 2? No. Is that fine if you're a back-end starter? Sure. So I think 3 of our rotation spots for next year are locked down. The other 2 are completely up for grabs. Sandy Ozuna. Sandy Ozuna came in being our fourth starter, and I think did well. However, I think he's definitely going to need another hit in the development lab to work on probably the secondary stuff again. Maybe the movement, we'll see. But 32 starts, ERA just got below 5 there at the end of the season. Whip of 1.4 is high. Um, Same problem with Herrera. He's going to give up about a home run per game. He's going to walk 3 guys, but he's going to strike out 10 of them. 326 BABIP is huge. It's terrifying. But I think Ozuna, right, I think did well in his rookie season. I'll see if he gets any rookie of the year votes. I doubt he will, to be honest. But you never know. So Carrera is going to be there. Also, in case anyone was wondering how Chase Burns fared the rest of the season with the Marlins, we did not face him at the end of the year, which is very frustrating. I wanted to take him on. We traded him to the Marlins, and in 18 starts, he was better than he was with us, but still not great. Whip of 1.4, Ks were way down, as are the walks. BABIP, also down. I think trading him was still the correct decision. If you look at what we got in return, to scroll down really quick, we got Joey Broughton, who I think is going to grow into a good reliever. We got Waylon Castillo, who is a good reliever now. So I think we can confidently say we won that trade. And now the last couple starters to mention: Emmanuel Martinez. I don't know. I mean, we acquired him in trade last season. He gets 18 starts this year and he generally was unimpressive. ERA 5.18, whip of 1.5. Walks were huge, 4.7. Obviously, the stuff looks really good. He could have a 75 fastball and 70 slider by the time he's done. Control isn't really there, though. I think Emmanuel could be due for a long relief role next season. If I do move him to reliever, his stuff gets even better. That could potentially be something we consider because we don't really have a great long reliever for next year. Shane Rademacher, I think I can hold my hand up and say didn't really work. I think he had the same problem as Emmanuel. In fact, if you compare their stats with one another, you'll see that they're pretty similar guys in terms of their numbers. I think, Emmanuel walked more guys, Shane struck more guys out. Whip is slightly better, but average and BABIP are worse, which I didn't think was possible. And then Shane ended up being worth negative WAR, interestingly enough, and just lost it. I think, Shane, he has option years left. He'll get a spring training invite, but he's going to be in AAA next year at 30 years old. It's a shame it didn't work out. I would have liked for it to have worked out. But I think realistically, not going to be part of our rotation. Bullpen, okay, there's a lot here. I'll get through the quick stuff first. Munoz, we made the decision when we acquired Gage Wood that Munoz was going to be a closer for the last couple years, and then we're going to let him walk. This year wasn't great. The worst saves he's ever had with us, least amount of innings. Whip was good, but 1.3 home runs per 9. Walks were down, Ks were down also. BAP was lower, or BAP, if I should say, was about in the middle. So he did okay. I think he did have, 5 blown saves, which isn't nothing, for being honest. I think he was a solid closer, but we just where we're at in terms of a bullpen, we don't need him. So we will let him walk on to greener pastures and thank him for his 3 years of service. And then usher in the era of Gage Wood as our future closer. If you ignore his end of the season, he was pretty good the whole year. But it must be said, he gave up 8 runs in August, 7 in September. That's not nothing. So it will be something to keep an eye on, but he is our closer of the future. He got 12 saves for us this season. I think I'm really happy about him going forward. I have signed him to a 4-year contract extension, essentially to eat all of his arbitration years, because once he becomes a closer and starts getting saves, his arbitration demand will be huge. Other key contributors in the bullpen, Griffin Jacks got me 86 innings this season, 2.20 ERA, whip a 1.1, 260 BABIP. That is good enough to earn you an extension for your age 36 season. Um, really great work from Griffin this season. I think we signed him originally just to be a 1-year guy, but then he did so well we extended him, and then the same thing happened here. So I think we're in good hands with Griffin in our bullpen next year. Zerpa, um, must be said, was one of our best bullpen arms until his injury in 2029. Because, I mean, even if you look at 48 innings, sub 1 whip, 247 BABIP, got injured, was never really the same guy this year. Whip was 1.4. It was huge. 347 BABIP. Just didn't have it this year compared to years previous. And he was a fixture in our bullpen, for the past 5 seasons. And this is going to be the first year where we're not going to have him with us. So, bit of a shame. We salute him. Think we must. And wish him the best going forward. Now let's talk about some guys that we didn't really expect to contribute this year for the bullpen, but they did. Castillo, who we acquired in the aforementioned Chase Burns trade, came up and I thought did okay. Um, Unfortunately for him, he got really chilled in August, but September was really good. Um, some of the underlying numbers are terrifying. Whip of 1.5, 376 BABIP. I don't know if he's going to be in our bullpen next year. He's probably going to be in that spring training fight. But it must be said, I mean, there was a stretch there where he was unhittable. But then in August, they kind of got to him a little bit. Fidel Yoa had a 0 ERA for first couple weeks of him being up there, and then September just wasn't really his friend. He gives up a couple earned runs here and there, and he gets shelled at the beginning of the month also against San Fran. But I think he's definitely going to be our bullpen next year. He is going to be one of the players in the development lab, though, working on either movement or control. I'll see if they have a different chance of success, because his stuff will play great, but we need some improvement in the other numbers there. Luigi Casilla originally was a starter for us, and that clearly didn't work. I sent him down to AAA. He comes back up as a reliever, and I think did pretty well. As a reliever, 13 innings, so not the biggest sample, but 2.02 ERA, allowed 8 hits, 300 runs, 10 walks, 12 Ks. We'll see, if Luigi is, a long reliever for us, or if he's destined to be in AAA for like the third straight year. We'll see. I kind of like the idea of giving it to Emmanuel more than Luigi, but you never know. Sandy Alcantara, I can wave my flag and declare this was a lost trade from us. We traded Peyton Martin to the Guardians. In exchange, we get Sandy. I start him for 2 games. He's terrible. I throw him to the bullpen. He doesn't do much better. And it just didn't work. I think that's just a statement of object truth. It's unfortunate. He was doing really well with the Guardians. He comes here and just struggles mightily. We're obviously not going to bring him back next season, so we'll just wash our hands of that decision. AJ Russell, I think, is going to be in our bullpen next year. He was our first ever draft pick in the save in 2025. Took a while to get through the minors because everyone just kept hitting him. Like his whip in the minors has always been high. But eventually this year we call him up and he does, I would say, okay. Credit to him, he had a really good September to close it out after we called him up at the end of August. And I think his stuff's really good. I think his control can get a little bit higher. We could have one of the better relievers in our bullpen, definitely for AJ going forward. I think we just need to really make sure he doesn't get hit a bunch. And I think we will be in business there. So, in terms of our bullpen, that is kind of where we're looking next season. My plan for the for this series is I think I'll go probably one, maybe two more seasons, and then see where we stand just as the save progresses. I am going to get free agency off stream, do a lot of scouting, move some players around a bit, perhaps figure out who I'm going to bring back in arbitration because we have a few guys arbitration eligible. We have a few guys that are eligible for qualifying offers also, and then a bunch of minor league free agents that I will need to sort. But that is a problem for future me. I appreciate all of you watching. I know obviously this episode did not go the way we wanted because we failed to make the playoffs. We did have a better record than in 2028 when we missed it previously, but still not good enough. 8 games back of the division, 5 of the final wild card spot. I think a lot of questions, especially in our rotation, especially in our outfield. But once we get those sorted, I think we'll be back. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.